Okay, what I've done now is I've got our wells out, and we're putting 2 milliliters in each row for a total of 8 different wells in your 24 well plate. So what I've done, just for time's sake, just to have 8, make sure I don't get my confused, I put 2 plates together and I've filled a total of 2 milliliters 8 times up in one direction. I put a clear piece of paper or a blank sheet of paper under the wells and documented each of the substances with the well I intend on putting it in. So what we're going to do next is we're going to open each substance. We're going to use one of these wooden splits to put a BB sized or match head sized amount of substance on each well just adjacent to the other well. We want to have our 2 milliliters, skip a well, and then put our substance in the well that's at least one well away from the one that we have the 2 mLs of DI water in. Okay, now notice what I've done is I have my substances here, and in this first row I added 2 mils of DI water, and then in the next row I left this row empty, and then I have a row of separation. These are my substances in this last row. So this right here is the copper chloride, or copper chloride right here. Is the easiest to see, but there's a match head size to BB sized amount of the substance in each of these little wells. So again, we want that when we use our wooden splints to place our substances in the wells, we want to stick them in the water, then one space with nothing in it, and then the space where our substances are. Okay, what I've done now is I've got my Bunsen burner lit, and what we want is a nice blue flame, which is hotter than the yellow flame. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take our splints, take the wet end of the splint, and we're going to put it in our dry salt. So make note of each substance. So this will be actually I'm going to do the calcium chloride first and work to the unknown. So this is the calcium chloride, and I'm going to dip the wet splint in the calcium chloride, making sure to get some on the end here, because if we don't get any sample into our splint, it's not going to do us any good. And then I'm going to take it to the flame, and we're going to, you may not be able to see it on camera, but there's like an inner blue cone on the Bunsen burner. We're going to hold the end of the splint in that inner blue cone, and we're going to watch for color changes in the flame, and we're going to document it. So you might be able to see that that's yellow, really bright yellow. Shouldn't let it catch on fire. So I'm going to document calcium chloride yellow. Okay, next will be the So I've got my Bunsen burner lit, and we want a nice blue flame. And what we're going to do with this step is we're going to take our splint that has been soaking in our DI water, and once it gets nice and saturated, we're going to take it and put it in our substance, making sure that we get some sample on the end. And we're going to hold it into the flame and watch for a color change. So that's a bright, bright yellow there for the barium chloride. Of course, we shouldn't catch our splints on fire. All right, so next is going to be the calcium chloride. And I want to dip it in some substance here. And we're going to watch for the change of the calcium chloride, which is a bright orange. We don't have to hold it in there the entire time. So there we have the bright orange for the calcium chloride. And yellow for the barium chloride. Now we're going to do the copper chloride, which is a pretty blue to start with. We'll see what color it makes under the flame. Oh, bright green. You may be able to see that on camera, maybe not. Now we're going to work our way down to the lithium chloride. I really had to scrape this one hard to get any out of the bottle at all. It was all packed in tight. And it is a red. All right. Next is going to be the potassium chloride. And it is purple. Well, a lavender, an indigo, or a purple. Okay, and next is the sodium chloride. And that's an even brighter orange, as you can see. Alright, and now is our strontium chloride. That is like literally blood red. Pretty neat, huh? And now we're going to do our unknown. Make sure to get enough sample on here so we can see the color change. So that's almost identical to our last one, so I would be willing to bet that our unknown is our strontium chloride. So what do we do now? Of course, we're going to document our observations. First, we're going to turn off the Bunsen burner, and working with your partner, we're going to burn the same sample in the flame and observe the emitted light with the spectroscope. So I don't have a partner. I don't want to do that, but you can imagine one of you holding the splint up and the other one looking through the spectroscope, and you probably want to observe it at different angles just to make sure you catch it at the right angle to get the most vivid color possible. And then we're going to record all of our observations on the report sheet, and we're going to repeat steps 4 and 5 for each of the salts, just so both of you can see through the spectroscope and the other can hold up the sample while the color is actually being emitted from the chemical in the flame. And after we test all the unknown salts, we're going to record our observations on the report sheet, and then we're going to, of course, identify the unknown and turn the report sheet into me. So I hope this helps. Maybe it'll help our lab go faster next week. Hope you guys have a good weekend.